Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Caps' HP irrelevant. It's a possible dive here as Broken Blade has got this cannon wave in underneath the tower. Skew1's going to tank it first. Irrelevant jumps away. Skew1 flashes to the edge of tower range, and Broken Blade isn't tanking the tower yet. Irrelevant flashes himself. BB could look for this, but could also just go for the plate. He might almost die here to Irrelevant. Has to flash away. Was thinking about the kill so much, he didn't really notice his health bar falling. Sampled him down from 113 as Caps has jumped on, and Nuke just Goomba stomps him.
Well played by Nuke, buffering the jump.
Keep his TP in the top side as well, so he could teleport down here. Nuke is looking for Caps, he'll jump in, needs the knockback with the buster shot, the flash twist in advance as well, the follow-up! Caps is clapped for the second time this game, and BDS will take the Drake as well. Nuke is on an absolute tear.
Nuke is styling on them. This is sick. And kind of a little bit of criticism has been leveraged at Nuke over the last little while, saying he just hasn't felt like his old self. There's a loss, which is when they end up in a position where they have a losing bot lane, they start to swap their lanes very quickly around the map. Oh, we got the all-in, but Caps managed to avoid.
Seismic's jump just short though. Lebrov's trying to come in from the side. Nature's Grasp out from 113. Should just clip Lebrov's. Caps able to stand to the side of it. Lebrov down to 100 HP and knocked back with the buster shot. The Ignite will take his life. Skew1 trying to turn it around, but no real follow-up from the rest of G2. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Broken Blade jumping onto Irrelevant, who gets the wallop and lands a house in the face of BB, and BB has to flash away again. Irrelevant has a flash of his own, with the house not quite connecting. I think Irrelevant will call off the chase.
Irrelevant going to be happy that he got the flash, though. Hansam also shifted down. He also saw Caps on the way down, so Irrelevant kind of rightly being a bit perturbed as to what might be coming his direction.
No flash. Nature's Grasp again, Nuke just jumping forward, and Caps is going to get rooted up here. Seismic's shot will get the knockback onto Nuke, but with the twisted advanced follow-up, the buster shot not enough to kill off Caps. In fact, it wasn't even used, it's just the Bramble smash from 113. He continues to chase. Caps living on 7 HP somehow. Nuke very hungry for blood. He gets another auto. 43 is where Caps walks away. Skew1 able to dodge away from Nuke as well.
It will be 113 who falls instead.
Released 7 HP between Caps and dying in that exchange. You can see Lebrov hovering here once again as Nuke jumps forward. There's the solar player. Lebrov is going to get caught by it. Zenith Blade there for the follow-up with the Aftershock. Lebrov is quite tanky for a while, but when it expires, he's not that tanky anymore. Sent to sleep with the fishes by BDS.
Yeah, again, Nuke is just playing around the fact that whenever you use the Q as Caps, cool, you've got no return damage. That's the spell you max. That's where all your DPS is. So finding these moments where you can jump in and constantly having Paris and 113 there, but they want to turn it.
Paris able to walk away for now. 113 coming in from the side. Jumps onto Caps once again. Nuke going in. Caps with twisted advance. The follow-up. They just have so much CC. Doesn't matter if you get away from the first one, you can't escape the subsequent crowd control. Paris will fall as well, so it is a 1-for-1 exchange.
Looking up towards that top side, 4 Boy Grub's going to be pretty nice for a composition that definitely wants to try and play through towers, but at this point in time now, this is where they've got to go, right, Icy or opening mid, which you can see now. But we
would have pulled him under the tower, and then you have the depth charge follow-up with the concussive blows as well. That's CC, twist advance forward onto Skew1, gets the knockback with a Nature's Grasp. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Hunsummer rooted by it, cleanses and flashes and gets over the solar player. Skew1 the next target here for BDS as they find one, and now with the TP coming in from Broken Blade, Nuke's looking for more. Depth charge on the tower, killer instinct in. Nuke went too deep, but did Broken Blade do the same? No! Because Caps is here on Weaver's wall, and he weaves his way through BDS. 2 kills, 2 G2, they lose 1. They will lose some damage on this tower as well.
Nuke got greedy on the play. The man we've been praising all game long goes too deep, ends up getting knocked up with the depth charge, and crucially, his damage isn't there for when BB. The BDS have to respond to, but they do have 2 of those TPs available at the moment, and there's a Rift Guard in the middle.
Yeah, point of pressure from BDS as the Rift Guard charges in. The Satchel charge then follows up, and that's a very dead tower. No need even to put extra pressure on.
G2, and now they've been able to shift across over towards the Dragon, so it's going to be on BDS to try and retake the area. Lebrov is not in position, though.
It's also whether BDS don't need to force in. You
move in towards this bottom side of the map.
I mean, that's how it's gone. Yeah, you have short fuse, you have Satchel, you have Demolish proc, you have so much. BDS.
Irrelevant going to try and run it.
I mean, the problem is Drake's up now, right? Irrelevant's going to run away. He's going to hop on top of a minion, take a little bit of a taxi there. Depth charge coming out onto Irrelevant, trying to build up that Mega Knight, but that's Killer Instinct in. And the shutdown goes over to Lebrov. Caps knocked back with the buster shots, and BDS took a long time.
On bottom side and cheat tempo, but they just needed to clear out mid wave, and G2 read it well. They immediately collapse onto them, and now they get the dragon.
Getting towards those third items as well. They're still a strong composition, and they still have strong members. The problem is, sometimes when a small thing happens like that, and Broken Blade goes in with a last breath, Nuke is dead. Things start to fall like dominoes was the end of my sentence, and it feels like that may have begun. Minions get that magic resist on them and don't take as much damage from Ice overall. TP coming in here from Irrelevant. He is still fully Mininar as far as I can see. The Baron, Mega Inferno Bomb's not going to take it. Smite from Skewmon is good. LeBron's going to sacrifice himself here. Or can he flash across the wall to safety? Solo player hits too, but it's Skewmon and Broken Blade. Not really the targets you're looking for. Nature's Grass goes down. Broken Blade falling low, but has that shield. Nuke now looking to jump across the wall, but can't get close enough. And all of G2 get out with their lives. 21% of G2's total damage. Broken Blade, 28%. First in the league is about 2 percentage points higher than any other top laner, and that damage per minute difference of 150, when most people are doing around 700 damage, that's really impressive from him so far.
Yeah, he has been absolutely incredible, and the fact that he's able to bring out things like the Gwen, the Jax is fantastic to see.
Being one of G2's most consistent players and one of their carries overall. Tier 2 in the bot lane, the target here for G2. BDS a little bit slower on the response. You can see don't really have the range to get that wave cleared out before G2 just take the tower. We're also taking away the junction. Come back in. There's the Leandries. Still only 2 items on Nuke, and when you look at how tanky Skewmon is, it's going to take him a long time to work his way through that Mundo. A little bit of trading happening as Caps goes for the seismic shove. This is all about mid lane prio. Solo player hits onto Broken Blade. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb follow-up, and he's on the back foot immediately. Irrelevant's building up that Mega now as well with the Nature's Grass coming out. It's going to be hard for G2 to get out of this one, but Skewmon eats it up well. The rest of G2 able to hide behind that Mundo.
That could have gone so much worse. Paris sent the Zenith Blade into the wind wall of Broken Blade, so didn't get the lockdown where I think BB would have fallen, and that could have been it. But now G2 trying to get those flanks we were talking about.
And it's the gating as well from BDS. You can see they're keeping Skewmon and LeBron at arm's length towards the top side. They'll secure the Drake. Now TP from Broken Blade into the middle of the team. Skewmon pops the maximum doses, but he's ignited, so we won't be able to heal up too much. Broken Blade in the midst of BDS is immediately blasted to Kingdom Come. Unsummer with a killer instinct, just trying to survive. He's the prey, not the predator this time as he dives away. Solar Player gets the clip on Caps, but the follow-up not quite there. Good seismic shove on Paris to keep him away from that Zenith play.
Yeah, so they will get the G2 until we know where they are.
The frogs in the kettle.
Yes.
You know, yeah. Understandable. Test the waters first as Caps isn't testing anything. Goes in with the Weaver's Warpod stopwatch to avoid the Mega Inferno Bomb in the Solar Flare. Unsummer dived in with a killer instinct, and he did kill off Ice, but there's the Gnar from Irrelevant. He's going to jump across the wall. He'll kill off LeBron, and BDS find 2 of G2's engaged.
They went so deep for Ice, but it just meant that Hans Sam had no one to help him out on the end of it. And LeBron followed.
It's a bit of a bodyguard, a bit of a bouncer. Skewmon steps forward. BDS turn around towards them. Really trying to force G2 into making a decision here, maybe taking the fight.
BDS just want to buy time for Ice. He's up in 3 seconds with TP.
Skewmon forced away. Look at the damage from Irrelevant. G2 can't even get close. Irrelevant and Paris keep them at bay. BDS secure the Baron. And now only 1,000 gold on average ahead at 14 minutes. And they just negated all of that. They said, okay, we'll pick Ziggs, we'll pick Tristana, we'll play through mid, and then every time you try and get to another lane to get the damage down, we're going to be there first. Skewmon trying to walk in here, but immediately has to walk out, knocked back with the Buster Shot. The Drake secured by BDS. They'll be on the back foot now as Skewmon's looking for the chase with that maximum dosage. Lavrov could go for a hook. Caps coming in from the side, but in the end, G2 can't find an avenue to approach.
They got the Dragon. BDS are going to be happy. A little bit of anti-synergy with the knockback from Nuke brought his Ice apart. So I think it's going to be a case of trying to wall Ice off and look for these plays, but you can see them trying to overload those windows to see if they can find the pick, but it is opening up for BDS.
He's just pushed out a wave. He's got a teleport. Broken Blade. Caps is going to TP in.
Yeah. This is a mistake. Irrelevant should have not have gone for the red buff. He should have been pushing out that wave into a slow push so then they can test on towards the Dragon. But now you've got 2. That's your inhibitor gone.
I mean, it's your Nexus gone if no one gets back in time. Irrelevant is there right now. Does have the TP. The Drake has been begun by BDS, but Broken Blade and Caps are on the Nexus towers. Broken Blade down to half HP. Solar Player's going to land. Inferno so secured for BDS, but they're on the run. as LeBron lands the hook onto Paris. Broken Blade and Caps unable to get much more as Nuke's going to teleport in. Unsummer dived into the backline, pops the cleanser, doesn't go pop himself. He survives another good hook from LeBron and Paris, and Ice are able to kill off Unsummer. Meanwhile, Caps and Broken Blade are dead. BDS have found everything they wanted as G2 tried to split them up, but only Skewmon stands still as BDS collapse on him. It's an ace for nil, an Infernal Soul, and the game for BDS.
Irrelevant held his ultimate long enough to smash Caps into the wall the second he came out as Onya's, and now BDS are looking to smash down these towers as well and finish out this game.
And G2, they tried to pull something tricksy on BDS, but Irrelevant and Nuke held strong. They held the line, and with the Infernal Souls at their backs, were able to win both fights out. BDS will take the Nexus Towers, and what is in one hell of a shocker, they'll take game one as well. Tank damage, right? You can go Cyrildas for your Last Whisper if you want, but often he's not a Jinx. He's not a Tristana, he's not a Zeri, he's not really going to work his way. See Skewmon trying to close the gap with the Vault Breaker. He does have 6, so he's got the Cease and Desist, but they decided not to go on Paris, maybe because they saw Nuke coming around the corner. They will try and take away this blue buff. 113's on his way across. LeBrov's going to find Paris, who's fleeing at the moment from the Grim Visage. Skewmon starting to close the gap, has to flash away from the grand entrance. 113 and Nuke collapsing in. Electroshock Laser coming out. Skewmon the first target. Another Vault Breaker won't save him from the Arcane Storm. BDS continue to collapse, continue to show up G2. Enemy team will get 3 grubs. The second Drake usually a little bit closer on timings because of the different respawn times, but BDS also got 2 of the first grubs. As we see the dominance used here by Broken Blade. Court of the Forge God coming out as well. Broken Blade flashes early and will escape. Skewmon now looking for perhaps a dive as Caps begins to collapse. Recall channeled by Irrelevant. Skewmon should be the one to tank this. Wait for the Bellows Breath. Wait for the knockup. Skewmon tanks, and there's the kill. G2 on the board. Nuke coming in from the side, flashes the wall though, and Skewmon is going to fall again. The Arcane Storm into the tower shot. Importantly as well, BDS keep hold of the top tier 1. That would have fallen very quickly.
Spot, as it just feels like you don't have it quite enough through Zeri to get control over mid to lean to either of these sides. And Broken Blade has just been doing phenomenally by himself.
He's had a whale of a time against Irrelevant, who has lost gracefully, but has definitely lost. 700 gold behind right now. Full completed item as 113 put out just a little bit. Skewmon has that Cease and Desist. Will go for 113. That's the Crescent Guard quickness coming out from Paris, but he's knocked up before he can even charm anyone. The trample from LeBron for another stun. G2 find 2, and now Nuke is in for a world of hurt. LeBron's on the chase. Caps pulls him back with grasping more. There's the knockup follow-up into the spiraling despair. G2 come to life and find 3 on the top side.
G2 having control over mid was so important there. Ice couldn't get to the fight, and immediately Skewmon pulls the trigger. They get the play on towards the jungler, and they just continually follow up for more and more kills.
And this is the G2 that we were looking for in game 1, that we expected to see in game 1. 14 minutes in, they are in a huge...
It's not a huge amount of kills. It's plays like this where, yes, you get a kill, but it's getting towers and getting plates.
One of the Forge God coming out from Irrelevant as he tries to survive. Tower is going to fall. G2, are you on the back foot? You're on the front foot. Grasping more doesn't land. Hansama having to jump away from 113, who pops the Crescent Guard, and in the end, G2 escape pretty much unscathed. A couple of health bars a little lower than they'd want it to be, but they managed to take the tower. They get the TP out of Irrelevant and out of Nuke.
That's all you wanted, as G2 is like, you don't need anything more. You get 2 big summoner spells out from BDS.
And then take the game away from G2, and they do still have that option here. Zeri scales well, Victor scales really well, Ornn gives the ornaments out like it's Christmas and gets you in a good position. Hansama charmed up here as the Call of the Fortress coming out, but LeBron with a good knockback will stop Irrelevant from getting that off as quickly as he'd like. 113 now the target. He's feared up with the Grim Visage, and with Broken Blade TPing in, the True Shot Barrage coming out, doesn't quite clip it. Broken Blade's going to fall 1-for-1. Top lane and jungle dead so far. Spiraling Despair, not enough to kill off Paris. He jumps away from the final severing bolt, and in the end it will be a 1-for-1 exchange. Caps caught out a little bit as Nuke starts to step into a bit of a choke. Skewmon coming in to defend his mid lane. A Drake is up, but Nuke willing to step forward. That Rod of Ages making him very tanky.
Yeah, it's just the fact you have Irrelevant in front of you as well, being able to take a ton of space. Skewmon now start up the dragon, no 1-1-3, but BDS, I think you just let this dragon reset, try and buy time for 113 to get here.
Well, I was debating whether they collapse on Skewmon really quick because his Vault Breaker was cancelled by the dragon rising from the ground, but you do get a quicker reset on that, so he was able to get out in time. 113 back up and on the map at the tier 2 in the mid lane right now, sprinting here as quickly as he can get here, and will be here in time. Only Broken Blade is back and alive, but it looks like G2 have given up the ghost on fighting over this Drake. It will be Soul Point.
Like, he's playing as if he has support, which then makes BDS go, oh, he must, but he doesn't.
Rob goes in, looking for nuke, but there's no follow-up. No one to chase in as Paris is coming across, and Ice has killed LeBron. Like, LeBron went really deep for that, and the damage just wasn't there. Nuke steps forward, Hextech Ray on Hans Summer. G2 do have first move in the river right now. BDS trying to wrestle their way in. 113 goes in, there's the double knockup call to the Forge God as well. And already Skewmon's down and Caps will follow suit. BDS just blow up G2. The True Shot Barrage coming out as the Chemtech Drake has been begun by BDS. Broken Blade looking for the flank, but do you really have the damage here? Hans Summer and BB on half HP? I think not. BDS will get the soul.
G2 can contest this.
I mean, the trigger finger to just see Skewmon and be like, he's dead.
Yes.
Beautiful from BDS. After in the last game we were talking about how their team fighting hasn't been as good this spring. That was sublime to see. They get the Nash as well. And someone tried to poke out. Irrelevant's going to answer Broken Blade towards the side. G2 back away. BDS will take their first tower of the game. The gold lead's still in G2's favor, but if BDS use this Baron buff well, they can begin to explode it in theirs. Now Irrelevant, knocked up by Skewmon. Broken Blade looking for the damage. Call of the Fortress coming out as well. They've already taken half his health, and it's a good knockback from Skewmon to stop the train coming back the other way. Tickets, please. Skewmon's the conductor.
Yeah, BDS don't really have the push they want. A huge play.
Oh, sorry, I was dodging the True Shot Barrage. Mistake, because Nuke will get the tier 1 in the bot. Did you not see that?
What?
Hansama just ulted like halfway through his own jungle. Maybe, actually, it could have been for Vision. It could for themselves. Elder up in 1 minute 50, Baron up in 2.5.
Yeah, I think this game is getting to a point though where G2 just can't really...
still pushing on a side, and this seems to be the G2 playbook when they're starting to fall. Oh my god! Charm. This is the BDS playbook! Hans Summer dashes away, but he's shut down. LeBron goes in and lands a 3-man knockup, but there's no follow-up from the rest of G2! BDS! It's deja vu! I've seen this one before! They win another fight in the river. Broken Blade is going to be able to get the top inhibitor, but can Skewmon steal it? The jungle is still alive for G2 as BDS look to catch him out. Caps and Skewmon doing everything they can here. Irrelevant's gone back to base. The inhib's down. Paris is going to mark Skewmon. Stick on that buy. Spot him out the whole time as Ice jumps over to Caps. He takes the blast cone to safety. And the Elder secured for BDS. The Baron also in their eyes.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I think BDS can move over.
You can't fight now. It's Elder Dragon. It's a 4-item AD carry. It's almost a 4-item mid laner as well. BDS, they get the Fighter Elder, they get the Baron as well. The Baron expires in 1 minute and 10. Call of the Forge God used. The Elder expiring in 2 seconds. Paris going in with the quickness. Look at the damage on Hans Summer. He doesn't die somehow to the ticks. The Elder must have just expired, but the inhibitor's down. And now LeBron is going to follow suit. BDS find another. They get the inhibitor. No wave in mid, no wave in bot, though. They may just have to back away 50 seconds before the Baron expires.
I cannot.
He has his flash. Is he in too deep? Is he trying to keep a rush of blood in his head instead of going under? Slices away. Now Irrelevant has the flank. Brittle proc into the knocker. Broken Blade holding his flash. The Gravity Well's going to get the stun down. He slices forward. Heals a bunch with the Coal of the Meek. Now can flash to the ground. Paris going in with the quickness as 113 continues to chase. Meanwhile, G2 are pushing through bot and through mid. BDS don't have a wave here. And G2 have a window to try and take some more away from BDS. The inhibitor tower in the mid lane is going to fall as Caps opens up on it, but 113 now has the flank. Hans Summer jumping forward. The inhibitor tower wasn't able to do it quickly enough, so Caps is there to catch it. They don't really need those waves to be synced though. G2 don't have the numbers, don't have the wave clear to stop the push for the BDS. Should know the G2 jungler is around here. Broken Blade, the one. who has the mid lane prio. LeBron, the one who's caught out. Hansama able to jump away. LeBron goes in with a headbutt pulverize and knocks back Nuke. He pops the stop. Watch the spiraling spare coming out as well as LeBron has fallen low. Jump back in by Skewman. Hansama has been untouched so far, but so has Ice. LeBron finally gets onto Ice. So far it's a 2-for-2 as Hansama has to flash away and get to the blast cone. No waves really in difficult spots so far. There's a mid wave, and G2 could play for it for the inhibitor. Super minions pushing towards the top side of the map. G2 should be able to get this inhib, but the question is, do they risk it with BDS collapsing?
That's such a huge wave in topside for BDS as well, and G2 know it, so they get the inhibitor and they will end up backing away, but what a
Topside.
fight!
G2 are playing for the Baron. Off the tempo, somehow they weren't able to get out towards the Elder in time. Hansama is starting up the Baron right now. 113, True Shot Barrage coming out. That's just going to help 113 get this lower quicker. The Baron down to 10,000. G2 should be able to secure this. Irrelevant's coming in with the Call to the Forge God though, and Caps is having to back off. The Baron taken by G2, but BDS are making a beeline down the mid lane as they have a wave to support. Broken Blade, the only one here to defend, has no flash. Has Baron up minions, and Super's pushing in as well, but this inhibitor will go down. Inhibitor in the top lane has respawned in the meantime as BDS crack into the base once again of G2. G2, yes, you've got the Baron, but you can't really fight into the Elder, and there's 2 minutes on that buff.
Yeah, they should just be able to get both of these inhibitors, and then honestly, I think you just reset and look to try and play through this bottom side as BDS. Oh, this next wave is coming in. They want to play on these waves, but I think it does get a little precarious. You still have the Elder Dragon, but trying to get these waves to the tower is so difficult against Caps and these barred up minions.
It's really hard to get in range as well, because Hansama continually is just poking with these mystic shots. No wave in the top lane. You can see the super minions crashing where the top tier ones used to be, so a long way away for BDS. They are playing off these waves. A minute 25 on the Elder means they'll have 2.5, 2 more, maybe 3 waves, depending on when the waves come in. BDS trying to catch 2 waves at once does mean the top wave will push in as Hansama is caught out with a bit of lightning. Paris getting in there as well. The Call of the Forge God is enough to kill off Hansama. Skuma dives into the back line, but the Elder engage from BDS is bloody brilliant. They find everyone. Look at that storm! The storm to end all storms. The ending of Arcane lives up to its name. Caps trying to hit the severing bolts. They have no minions now, BDS. The super minions pushing in. Nuke is low, but heals up through that Chem Soul. Caps here to defend. Can he do it into Paris? Nuke and Irrelevant. Paris, flash coming back off cooldown. The heal about to come back up as well. Caps dodges to the side, but he's brittle, he's fragile. Where were you with BDS? BG2 domination!